Hey guys, welcome back to the OVC YouTube channel. Today, Gabby is going to be telling us a bit more about her au pair experience in Germany. Gabby is from Pretoria, South Africa. How are you doing, Gabby?
I'm really good, thanks. You?
Great, thank you. So today's questions are super simple. I just want to hear more about your au pair journey and adventure. Can you tell us where you were au pairing in Germany and about your host family?
Sure. So I was au pairing in a town called Düsseldorf. It's about half an hour away from Cologne. It's a really big town, actually. The family I was au pairing for was a family of 3 kids and both parents. The kids were, when I got there, 3, 6, and 8. Really great kids, really cute, really, very affectionate. Yeah.
And how did you find the language barrier when you first arrived?
So I actually took German at school, so the language wasn't much of a problem for me. But the German you learn in school and the German they actually speak there is actually quite different. So I was sort of like thrown into the deep end, and I actually picked it up quite fast. So they're really helpful and like accommodative with the language.
Oh, perfect. And so that's really cool that they helped you along with that. What did your day-to-day routine look like within your host family?
So on a normal day, I would usually wake up at about 7 with the kids, get them ready for school, get them fed, dressed, and then like very fast have to put their shoes on because it was so long to get ready. Take them to school. Luckily we lived close to the school, so it was just like a 5-minute walk. And then school, kindergarten, basically.
Okay. And what did you do on your days off or in the afternoons when you had free time?
So on my days off, I would usually go sit along the river or go out with some friends. You make quite a few friends when you're an au pair from all over the world. I think I actually had one German friend and the rest were all like international friends from different countries.
Okay.
And then, in the afternoons, I would probably just be at home studying some German or along the river reading.
Okay. And then with the, you get like an allowance that you can use to study or do a German course. What did you use that for?
So basically, I bought a lot of clothes in Germany. It's quite cheap to buy clothes there, but I also spent a lot of my money on food and traveling.
Okay.
But I also managed to save quite a bit of money to bring back home to South Africa. So.
Okay. And then where were some of the destinations that you were able to travel to while on the program?
So I got to travel to a lot of different places in Germany. So I went to the south of Germany. I got to experience Oktoberfest for the first time.
Yeah.
I went to Austria. I went to Switzerland, the Netherlands, Amsterdam. Yeah, went to quite a few places.
Yes, that's so cool. And now what was your favorite destination?
My favorite destination would definitely be Amsterdam. It's a really beautiful city. I love the architecture that they have there. And the people, because they speak Dutch, it's very similar to Afrikaans. So I felt like I was like a little bit at home with the language, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And why did you choose OVC to do your program?
So I actually came into contact with OVC at my career expo in grade 11.
Okay.
And they were offering something that the other people weren't offering, and I was like really interested in it. So, and the people that work there are really nice, really friendly, really helpful. They helped me with every step that I was taking in the application, always keeping me updated. It was like really nice.
Okay, and so how did you find the whole application process before you went?
It was really easy. I must admit, I thought it would be a lot more like stressful, but it really wasn't. It was quite easy. It's just like questions you need to answer about yourself. And yeah, it was really good.
And when interviewing with different host families before you matched with one, what were some important questions you were asking them, and were your interviews done in German or English?
So I was actually really surprised. Most of my interviews were done in English. I think one or two questions were asked in German just so they could check how fluent I was. Some of the important questions I asked was their family values and stuff, just to see if it was similar to mine. Also wanted to see what a normal day-to-day schedule they would have, see how active the kids were and how much effort I would have to, well, not effort.
How many duties you would have and responsibilities. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So most of the families that I interviewed with had pretty similar schedules, and it was quite easy to get around everywhere because there was always public transport available. So yeah.
Okay. And how did you find the support while on program with our international partners in Germany?
They were absolutely amazing. They had meetings constantly, every month there would be a meeting that you could go to meet other au pairs going through the same experience as you.
Yeah.
If you had any problems, they were really just a phone call away, and they would come to the house, have a cup of coffee, just chat, make sure everything's okay. It was really good.
Okay, and then what were some of the activities that you did with your LCC or area director in these monthly meetings and check-ins?
So the first meeting I went to, we actually went for brunch at a really cute little restaurant. It was my first weekend there, so I was really happy to have a meeting with my first weekend there so that I could meet some new people. We went to brunch, we went on some a bike tour along the river because we've got the Rhine River in Düsseldorf.
Okay.
What else did we do? We went swimming in Cologne. It's just really fun. There's a lot of networking and a lot of girls that you meet. So anything fun with all the girls there.
Yes, I'm sure they're trying to keep it different, and so you experience as well.
Yeah.
Where were some of the other au pairs from that were in your area?
So most of the au pairs in my area were actually from Mexico. So in my first month or so, I was hearing more Spanish than German because I was always with my Spanish friends. But some were from Australia, some from the US. It was really from all over.
Okay. And did you ever do traveling with them as well, or was it more on your own?
I traveled more on my own. Some small trips that day trips I would do with some of the other au pairs. But most of the traveling was on my own.
Okay. And what were some big differences that you noticed between home and Germany?
Oh, they definitely eat a lot more bread in Germany than they do here in South Africa. I definitely, they eat a lot of carbohydrates, so all the carbohydrates that I ate, I definitely picked up a little bit of weight in the first 6 months, but then your body sort of gets used to it, and it just works it all off. But, yeah.
Did you experience any culture shock or homesickness while you were in Germany?
I was quite homesick. I didn't think I would get that homesick. So my mom sent me a few care packages just to be you're fine, don't worry.
Yes.
But culture shock, I think the biggest thing for me was being able to walk around alone and walk everywhere. Because in South Africa you can't really do that. Whereas in Germany it was 100% safe. I could come home at 12 o'clock by myself, walk, and nothing would happen to me.
Yeah. And how did you deal with your homesickness?
Well, my host family and I actually we had almost little signs where they could see if I was homesick or not. I, for some reason, always wanted peach iced tea when I was homesick. So my host dad would always make sure that there's a 2-liter bottle of peach iced tea in the fridge just in case I get homesick. Yeah. And And then my host mom would just watch like TV with me and just, chat to me and make sure I was okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. What were some things that you did with your host kids when you were taking them out to parks or whatever?
So the kids that I au paired for were absolutely great. They loved ice cream. So no matter if it's winter or summer, they constantly wanted ice cream. So it was always like a nice little treat to go to like the local ice cream parlor, have some ice cream with them, just walk around. Because we were so close to the river, we went to the river a lot, and we would like throw stones into the river, see who could throw it the farthest. Small stuff like that.
Okay, that's awesome. How is it adjusting to living in someone else's house and working where you live?
It was a little bit hard. I would sometimes feel like I wouldn't have my own space, even though I 100% did have my own space and I had my room and bathroom. But it's still a bit strange on your day off to wake up and realize, oh, the kids are upstairs and they're probably going to want to play with me. So yeah, it was a little bit strange, but you get used to it.
Yeah. And what was your favorite food that you tried in Germany that you had?
It's not actually a German food. It's more Turkish because they have a lot of Turkish influence in South Africa. Oh, no, in South Africa, in Germany. So it's called a döner. It's like a pita bread filled with meat and like salad and tzatziki and all of that.
Oh, wow.
Good.
And did you experience, so you said you went to the Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Did they dress in their traditional clothing and their dindles? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm sure you know what I mean.
They did. My host mom actually bought me one. The day before I left, it arrived, and she was like, I bought you this, just so that you could feel a little bit more like you're fitting in everywhere. So I do actually have my own dirndl. It was really amazing. I went with one of my friends that was studying in Germany, South African friend. And it was just really nice to like spend the weekend with her, but like learn about the German culture as well.
Okay, that's great. And you said that the public transport there is pretty good. Was it more buses or trains, or how did you get around easily?
So I was very lucky. I lived really close to a bus stop and a tram stop, so I could take either. Buses are a lot easier to take than trams because a lot of people walk everywhere, so the buses are usually empty. So you can have like any seat that you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any advice that you would give to other young ladies that are looking to start their au pair Germany adventure?
I would 100% recommend it. It was honestly the best year of my life. You're so free and the people are really nice, despite everyone saying that they're not. Germans are actually really nice people. And they all love to practice their English on you, but you just have to be like strict with them and be like, no, I have to speak German. But yeah, it was the best experience. I came back a lot stronger, a lot more confident, because I was more on my own and I could, like spread my wings a little bit more than I could here in South Africa.
Okay, cool. And so would you do the program again if you had the chance?
100%. I would really do it again. Yeah, without a doubt.
Do you have a memorable experience or fond memory with your host kids, or maybe it was from your travels that you would like to share with them?
I think the best memory was actually when I was leaving, how much I actually got to see how much the kids actually appreciated me, because obviously they're in their own space, so they know that they can get away with a little bit more than what they're supposed to. But at the end, it was so sweet. They gave me like the biggest hugs, and the little girl like just would not let go of me. She refused to stop hugging me to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It was just nice to feel like really appreciated because it is a lot of hard work, but it's really all worth it.
Mm-hmm. How does the German discipline differ from South Africa?
It honestly depends on the family. So the family I was in was half Canadian, half German.
Okay.
So the rules weren't as strict as in like a full German household. But they would get like a time out if they do something wrong, or.
And did you have to help your host kids speak English, or was it strictly just German with them?
No, I had to speak English to them. It was part of my contract with the family, which didn't matter at all to me because it's a lot easier to communicate in English than German. Yes. And it was really cool to see how the kids changed. So when I first got there, they still like struggled a little bit to speak German, speak English. And when I left, they were like talking to each other like randomly at times in English. And I was like, but you're German. You always speak German to your sister. Why are you speaking English?
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Thank you for joining us today and taking time out to speak to us. To everyone else that's watching, please remember to like the video and subscribe below. Thank you.